Good day everyone, I'm Eduardo Tamashiro Jr. alongside with Jancee Valois from 1CPE-A. And today we will explain how you can create a C.R.U.D application using MySQL database and SAMP application. For our application, we use tkinter for creating the GUI of the app. First, we have to create our basic window for our GUI, but before creating one, we need to import tkinter library that will allow us to add widgets and buttons to our application. We also need to connect to our database, which is phpMyAdmin and MySQL server. That way, we can store the imported data that we want. Now that we are connected to our database server, we can now proceed on creating our basic window. Once done, we need to create placeholders for entry. This is where we will put the data that we want to enter. After that, we will set a value function to our placeholders.
After creating function for entry placeholders, we will assign a function for each task that our program will do. The first function that we will create is the function for read button, so that we can view the data stored in our database. Next is add function, so we can add data to our database. We use if-else statement in case there are duplicated data. We also created reset function to clear all the data stored in the database, to make things easier when we want to clear all the existing data on our database. We also added delete function to delete a specific data. Select function are also added so that we can select a specific data when we want to do some modification on its information. We also created search function to find specific data so that we don't have to scan the data one by one. And lastly, we created a update function. This is used when we want to modify some changes to our data without creating a new one. After adding function to the application, you can now customize the overall appearance of your application by adding buttons and placing them where you want them to be.
Now let us try running our program. If you want to add something to our data, we simply just need to fill up those placeholders with the information needed. Then click add button. Then as you can see, the data was added to our application. As you can see, we have successfully added the data that we want to add. Next is if we want to update something on our data, we just need to select the data that you want to modify. Click select, and then for example, we want to update the price. Just enter the new price and then click update. And then let's head over to our database again, refresh the page, and then as you can see, we have successfully updated the data. If you want to delete something on our data, we just need to select the data that we want to be deleted, click delete, then as you can see, the data was deleted. If you want to search for something without looking the data one by one, we just need to enter the following data required or the data needed, and then click search, and then as you can see, the rest of the data was shown in the application. And finally, if we want to delete all the existing data on our database, we just need to click the reset button and then confirm. Let's head over to our database. Then as you can see, all the existing data was deleted to our database.
And that is it for our video. We hope that you learned something. Thank you for listening.